All right, ladies and gentlemen. Lou, you want to set us off?
Sounded like you were prepared to set us off there, buddy.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
seemed
you trying to steal my thunder?
Oh. Take it away, Lewis.
Welcome to Silver Screen Sips, a podcast where three idiot friends talk about movies and discuss our lawsuit against Disney for our copyright on the word silver screen, since it's part of our name.
Yeah. Lewis went to Disney this past week. You know what, Lewis? Why don't you tell a story of what happened?
Yeah, he's the one who went.
So, picture it. Sicily, 1942. I miss Golden Girls. Anyway, my girlfriend and I, and my best friend and one of her best friends, we all went to Disney World together.
Disney World.
We got to spend the day in Magic Kingdom, right? And when we got to our
dreams come
hotel area, yes, we're dreams come true. When we got to our hotel area, which was the All-Star Resort or whatever, Mickey's All-Star Resort or some shit. When I walked outside with my girlfriend, we noticed by the pool, above the little like bar area, it said Silver Screen Spirits, and I was like, that sounds awfully similar to Silver Screen Sips.
Interesting.
And I immediately called my lawyer and started filing a lawsuit. My girlfriend yelled at me and said that Disney's was here first, but I said, fuck them. We're going to win.
Yeah. We have a bigger fan base, I think.
I mean,
without a doubt.
Sure.
Yeah, we own 40% of the television market.
Oh, yeah.
I think we have more loyal fans.
And we also
we make more money. So obviously we're going to win.
Yeah, and obviously we have the best legal team available. We're using the same legal team that Donald Trump used.
Oh, I was going to say I want the same legal team that Amber Heard has, but...
I can't consider which one's worse, but yeah.
They're all from the same firm.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
What do you call it? Amber just had the B team.
Oh, God. Anyways, Lewis, what do you have to drink for us today?
Oh, fuck. I didn't get ready for that part.
It's your one job.
I'm sorry, I didn't pull it up. Hold on.
Speaking of drinks, while he pulls it up. Speaking of drinks, I have had a White Russian.
I would like to go pour myself a whiskey.
You should join me.
I should
on this excursion.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the drink first.
Okay, that's fair.
Thank you, guys. All right, so on today's Big Lou's Silver Screen Sip option, we have the POLYJUICE potion to kind of follow up with what Hermione, Ron, and Harry used in the bathroom to look like a bunch of Slytherin people.
Now, before you even say any of the ingredients, I just really hope it's not as bad as the actual POLYJUICE potion.
Doesn't include hair.
Yeah, because I remember in the movie, it's like disgusting.
So while I was happening to Google the original juice potion from the movie, there was also the mention of flies as an ingredient.
Yeah.
So take with that what you will. Anyway. No, our drink is actually a mixture of gin, fresh pressed or bottled green juice.
Green juice?
Yeah, like a fruit juice or
just any green juice?
Yes.
Okay.
Green chartreuse, lime juice, and 7-Up or Sprite, which is optional.
Okay.
So off this list, I'm reading it, right? So they used a green juice from Blueprint, but you can make your own if you have a juicer or pick up a cup from your favorite juice shop. It should include some citrus and at least one fruit like apple or pineapple.
Oh, yes, my favorite juice shop. I have so many.
At least one fruit like apple or pineapple for sweetness. The Chartreuse liqueur adds an interesting herbal note, but you can skip if you'd rather. Chartreuse is indeed an expensive option. So you must be real fucking committed if you want to make this.
Okay.
What you're going to do is you're going to take your gin, about 1.5 ounces of gin, 1.5 ounces of your green juice, serving, and 1 ounce of chartreuse that you're going to then pour into a shaker with ice. You're going to shake these together. Oh, and don't forget your 1/2 ounce of lime juice. Sorry. You're going to shake these in your shaker, strain it into a glass, or you can serve it on ice if you prefer. And if you'd like, you can top it off with a splash of 7-Up or Sprite just to make it taste a little lighter and not be so heavy on your stomach. It actually looks cool in the photo, so at least there's that.
I'm picturing it just green, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't sound bad. It sounds refreshing almost.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would probably like it. I've had gin only a handful of times, but like I've never not liked it. So I would just give it like a 3 out of 5, maybe a 3.5.
Sure.
Ooh. Oh, they made it like a shot glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all themed and everything. Adorable. It looks like
Adorable.
looks thick.
Yeah, that's why I said added soda.
Yeah.
The
Soda.
juice makes it thick.
You know what it looks like? Those fucking grass shots that you can get at like the smoothie shops.
You mean the fucking like ginger root and shit?
Yeah, no, the like literal grass shot. It's literally just grass.
The fuck?
That sounds disgusting.
Have you guys never been to Jamba Juice? I think it's at Jamba Juice that they do that. It's like a literal just shot of like grass.
Never.
I mean, they call it a grass shot, but it's probably juiced kale and other like superfood bullshit.
Juiced kale.
No, it's wheatgrass.
It's wheatgrass?
Wheatgrass. I just Googled it.
That sounds
What?
disgusting.
It's a detox shot.
Oh,
Take
now
it.
that
There is
kind
no
of
I've
such
tried it.
thing.
Yes. Yeah.
things are making
just-
sense.
There is no such thing as detox, for the love of God.
Ooh,
You
Lee,
Yes.
want to know what detox is? Your fucking liver.
Our what? Our liver?
Your liver. That's the only thing that actually detoxifies your body.
that is one job. You're taking your body parts one job.
And that's why I drink.
Yeah.
You just yell in the mirror at your organs. You gotta pick up some pace, buddy, and then start chugging alcohol.
Oh my
Okay, so
god.
technically, it's your liver, your kidneys, your spleen are all kind of working together with different forms of detox, but mainly your liver is the one that does this whole detox thing that
You
people
know
keep
what else
making a myth
detoxes?
about. What?
Fucking bowels.
Not okay.
Interesting.
You can cut that out.
No, keep
Oh
that
no,
in.
I'm keeping that in.
Anyway, so okay. You guys haven't given it a rating yet.
I would also give it a 3 out of 5 just based on the appearance.
Yeah, I like the look.
The sound of gin and chartreuse sounds cool. I actually have used chartreuse for another drink before. And I learned that Total Wine has a return policy. Actually, if the
Oh?
bottles, if you haven't used more than like a fucking like 2 ounces of the bottle or whatever, you can actually return the bottle.
Are they marrying bottles in the back?
No, I don't think they're marrying it, but like they can. You basically can still get your money back. Is the point?
And have 2 ounces of alcohol.
Something like that.
Please don't abuse that policy.
Please don't abuse that policy. Total Wine, please don't cancel us.
I'll be right back. I gotta go make a quick run.
Question:
I
Can
can.
I replace the gin with vodka?
Ew.
I don't think that's how it works, bud.
I mean,
Yes.
like,
That's like if someone was like, okay, can I have a White Russian, but can I replace the vodka with Fireball, please?
no, because there are versions of this drink with vodka instead, and I was like, oh, that might.
Mm.
That
I
might be
mean,
fun. But
you can do whatever you want. It's a free country, but
that is true.
for the sake of this specific recipe, what would you rate it?
I give it a 3 out of 5. That's 3.4.
And then if it was vodka,
it was vodka, I don't know. That one I definitely don't know. So I will leave it at the 3.5 out of 5.
okay.
So the reason I suggest against swapping to vodka is because gin has the herbal flavor that the chartreuse is also going to have. So like this is all supposed to have a specific flavor. If you just throw in, fucking boiled potatoes that you love so much, then it may just ruin the shot altogether. Personally,
Love me some boiled potatoes.
boil and mash them, stick them in a stew.
boiled and fermented. Sorry.
Wow, did no one appreciate that?
Yes, I did.
I don't know what
Thank
that
you.
is.
You will when you watch Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Probably one of the most quotable quotes. Quotable quotes.
quotable quotes.
One of the most quotable
Yes.
scenes.
One of those. It's a movie, man. You can quote from. So quotable quotes.
Quotable quotes. Okay, so we all would rate it pretty much the same.
We're announcing Bethany's new spin-off podcast today, Quotable Quotes.
Quotable quotes. It's got a nice ring to it.
It's just her for like 15 minutes. There's a real mini episode. All right, it's just for 15 minutes. Her giving random quotes from a random movie.
You got to guess what movie it's from.
Hell yeah, brother.
And they're just like really obscure, like general quotes. It's just like, yeah, I know her. And you're
What's
like,
that-
guess
what's
what
that-
movie?
Yeah, what's that one? The Velociraptor quote. Did you say that one?
Clever girl.
Clever girl. That's an
No,
easy one.
I meant the Velocipaster.
Oh. Lewis knows it.
The hooker one. What's the hooker quote?
If you had as many dicks in your mouth as you did something, we'd
Sandwiches.
be rich or something.
If you had-
Sandwiches.
If you had as many dicks in your mouth as you did sandwiches, I'd be a fucking millionaire.
There we
That's
go.
what it was. That's what it was.
What
Got
was
the
that?
accent and everything.
What was the hook? What was the pimp's name?
I don't remember.
Like,
It was an awful movie.
It was a great movie. Honestly, a classic.
Honestly, it deserved an Oscar.
Wait, Velocipaster 2?
There's a second one?
I started to
Franky
hold on.
Mermaid.
Moving
Franky
on.
Mermaid.
The boy's name is Franky Mermaid, man. It's your boy, Franky Mermaid.
Some people call me Frank Maid.
Okay. Velocipaster
Use you.
2. Velocipaster 2. Oh my god, it's happening.
Movie night. I'll get the
Wait,
popcorn.
there's actually a Velocipaster 2.
A shoestring budget of $35,000.
I mean, that's a decent amount, but also not at all.
After
100,000 minimum.
After 2 failed
film.
crowdfunding campaigns, he found a private investor.
Who the fuck would invest in that?
It's got a cult
Nothing
following.
can
man.
beat the first one.
That is true.
I don't know.
Anyways, so back to the podcast.
Yeah, back to the podcast.
No,
Please
we're
sidetrack.
here to talk about Franky Mermaid today.
Franky Mermaid.
Apparently, Franky Mermaid.
Franky Mermaid.
if you guys
First
haven't
guest on
seen-
quotable quotes.
If you guys haven't seen Velocipaster, don't watch it. But also go watch it because it's the worst. 2 hours of your life?
Like 90 minutes. It's not even that.
It's not even that. It just felt really long.
And
So-
we are now being sponsored by Velocipaster.
Velocipaster 2 coming to a theater near you in Portland, Oregon.
For those of you in Portland, Oregon, this is for you.
At your
I love
local,
you, brother.
not multiplex, Cineplex, one theater.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Anyway,
So Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
So I have decided going forward with this podcast to, I guess, make my questions a little more gravitated towards whatever franchise we're talking about, so that
Theme
everything
friendly.
is theme friendly. There you go. So I'm
We're
going to
going to
ask.
talk about Franky Mermaid today.
He's a wizard now. You're a wizard, Frankie. Oh, so, anyways, you guys made me lose my train of thought. Oh, my question. So all my questions are going to be Harry Potter based this season, obviously. So, my first question, has a bunch of options. So I'm going to ask the question and then I'm going to give you guys your options and you will pick and choose wisely. Okay.
Oh boy.
If you were a student at Hogwarts, what 3 subjects would you choose to join or sign up for? Okay. So here are your options. Pick 3 out of these and we'll have Lewis, you'll go first. Ladies first.
Thank you.
So your options are Defense Against the Dark Arts, Potions, Herbology, Transfiguration, Care of Magical Creatures, Muggle Studies, Divination, which is like the crystal ball readings and stuff, and then Charms. Pick 3 and tell me why.
Defense Against the Dark Arts, Potions, and this one's actually a really hard choice. Care of Magical Creatures. Was that in Muggle Studies?
What is Transfiguration?
Muggle Studies is just social studies.
That is true.
Transfiguration is transforming into animals.
Or anything, really. Like any other living thing.
Requires a whole class, apparently. Okay.
So
why would you choose those 3?
McGonagall used to become a cat. Lupin was a werewolf. So on. Sirius could transform into a dog. Who else could transform? I forgot. Anyway. I
you're
think
forgetting the fucking rat, Scabbers.
Peter Pettigrew. And then technically, I think Nymphadora Tonks was also a transfiguration expert because she changed her hair and her looks slightly. But
that was Lupin's, the girl that was with Lupin, right?
The girl that ended up marrying Lupin. Yes.
Yes. She's vaguely shown.
Defense Against the Dark Arts is obvious. It's fucking Defense Against the Dark Arts. You have to learn all the cool shit. Also, she's vaguely shown in the movies, but she's discussed a fair amount in the last couple books, which is why I know her full name. Where was I going? Right.
Your second
Defense Against Dark Arts is because you're gonna learn cool shit, and I get to show off. Maybe someone's bullying me or whatever, and I fucking hit him with Expelliarmus, and that bitch's wand breaks. Hell yeah, brother.
I just sensed way
Aggression.
too much. Way too much passion into that. Got way too into it.
I just really want to beat somebody up with magic.
Hell yeah. Maybe I break their wand or something.
Maybe break their legs next.
Maybe I kiss them really passionate.
What? Oh, whoa!
Opposite direction.
Hey, yo!
Oh, sorry. This escalated quickly.
Keep that in.
Yeah, sure, man. Whatever. My girlfriend's gonna love hearing that one.
Yeah.
Potions. Because I want Professor Snape to say 10 to page 394. But also like learning. I mean, my degree is technically in chemistry, so it seems closely related. And
I won't teach you to ensnare the mind.
Ensnare the mind, Mr. Potter. Alan Rickman, you beautiful soul. Rest in peace.
Indeed.
Finally, care of magical creatures. I feel like it's also fairly obvious. I get to learn how to take care of dangerous magical animals.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, I get a dragon's egg, bitch. What the fuck?
Hold up.
Get a little dragon.
Or maybe I get an Aragog egg.
Yeah, because that went so smooth.
Do you guys remember who Aragog is?
Yes.
Good.
Isaiah, what would you choose?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, because obviously with Mr. Voldemort going around.
Mr. Beam.
Yeah, Mr. B is going to be trying to kill us all, so you should probably know that. Care of magical creatures, because, sick animals love to have a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
What does charms include?
Charms, I think, has to do with like defensive magic in a sense, like
like the Patronus charm. Yeah.
I'll do charms. I want to and charms, because
and it also has to do with like protecting against curses or
yeah. I'm clumsy. I'll end up getting screwing myself up. So charms, so I don't end up. I'll end up easily cursed, and I'll need a defense against that.
Charms is also the class, I believe, where the kid tried to say Wingardium Leviosa and somehow blew up a fucking feather.
Yes. Believe you are right. These are good answers. I think I'm stuck. So, I know I want to do Defense Against the Dark Arts. I feel like that's a given for everyone. Honestly, I don't have much of an interest in potions. I feel like that's too much like chemistry, and I would hate it. Like, realistically, I'm stuck between. Okay, wait. So, Defense Against the Dark Arts, obviously, care of magical creatures, because that would just sounds like so much fucking fun. Also, I could hang out with Hagrid. And I'm stuck between charms, herbology, and transfiguration, because all three of those sound neat.
Which do you care more about? Taking care of being a gardener or being an animal trapper?
No. Not a gardener. A garden gnome.
There you go.
But the mandrake root.
The one that screams its fucking head off when you pull it out?
Yeah, I just want to I would just take one and just throw it under someone's pillow, like Isaiah's pillow.
Oh yeah, attempted murder is always good.
No, I'd probably do. Okay, so it'll be Defense Against the Dark Arts, Care of Magical Creatures, and since Isaiah's in Charms and Lewis is in Potions, I can just copy off your guys' homework and I'll go to Transfiguration.
Oh wow!
We'll all be set.
She's gonna turn into Penny.
No, we'll just teach each other the other classes, and then we'll have your
Transfiguration would be into Penny.
Oh yeah, into my dog. Yeah.
Yeah, Penny would look at you and be like, "Oh shit."
The same person.
Oh, true.
I am as anxious as she is, or she's as anxious as I am.
We're all anxious down here.
Well, that was my question. It was pretty quick. Should I ask another?
Can I ask another?
Because I have one that's similar, I suppose.
Okay.
So the next question, kind of on a similar note, but I feel like might have a different answer just because you'll see. So next question is, if you were a professor at Hogwarts, what subject would you teach instead of, being the student? You can only pick one.
Oh, I can only pick one? Oh, okay.
Yeah, same list.
Care of magical creatures.
Care of magical creatures, you said?
Yeah, I'd want to be an expert in taking care of dangerous animals. That'd be awesome.
Muggle studies.
Muggle studies, really?
I already know a bunch of crap. I'll be like, all right, guys, let me teach you some stuff. Humans are stupid.
Muggles are ridiculously dumb. You'll find out.
And then it would be really funny to bring in a spoon, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, what is that?"
Do you think they don't have spoons in the wizarding world?
Well, no, it's just a lot of this, a lot of the times in the movies when they talk about things, they're like they didn't know what a dentist was. I was like, what?
That's fair. I think I would also do Care of Magical Creatures. That just seems like a really fun one, like fucking flying and on a hippogriff and stuff. Anyways, So now that we're done annoying you guys, Isaiah, what facts you got for us today?
Facts I got some facts for you guys. All right. I actually got a lot of them, despite the fact that it's this movie, unfortunately. But anyway. So Jason Isaacs, who plays Lucius Malfoy. All right, we're just gonna jump right in there. He was horrified at the first costume that they provided for him.
Why?
It was a pinstripe suit with short black and white hair, and he was like, "What the hell is this?"
Yikes!
So he offered up another idea, and he said he didn't believe that a racist eugenic wizard would dress like a muggle.
Okay.
So he said, so he asked for the long white hair, and an ostentatious wizard look,
as one would.
Yeah, as one would. So that's how the look of what he is in the movie. That's how he basically came up with that. And then Daniel Radcliffe he gave the idea to Chris Columbus, and Daniel Radcliffe kind of like helped support the idea, saying like that looks good. So in order to keep the hair in place, he would tip his head backwards because it would get in his face. So to keep it out of his face, he would tip his head backwards. Ended up working for the character because of his because of Lucius' snobbiness. It always looked like he was looking down at everybody because everybody had to look up his nose.
Oh yeah.
So it really works.
And you guys can check our Discord to see, Jason Isaacs being a beautiful man.
He does have beautiful eyes, I will say.
But here he is in a even more flamboyant appearance.
He's a pirate and wearing all red. I don't know what movie this is.
That's Peter Pan.
Like the remake, the Pan movie?
No, I'm pretty sure that's the original.
The one with Robin Williams?
No, that's Hook.
That's Hook.
Sorry, that's Hook. Yeah.
Is this the Pan movie with Hugh Jackman?
Hold on. I'm looking it up now.
I feel like it's the Hugh Jackman one.
Peter Pan 2003.
I don't think that's the Hugh Jackman one. That's the 2011 one. Anyway, interesting. Anyway, so he also asked for his wand to come out of the walking stick. He thought that was a great idea for thing. Chris Columbus agreed and said that the prop department is gonna love him. All right. Next one is I have a lot about Rupert Grint. Rupert Grint has got a lot of facts for this one. Right. Rupert Grint has arachnophobia, and so he was very uneasy when filming the Argog Hollow scenes.
Oh.
And even in the movie theater when he was watching it, he was very uneasy.
That's great because Ron Weasley also hates it. So that's just Rupert Grint just being Rupert Grint.
Grint. I, not an
A.
It's an I?
Hold on.
It's an I. It's Grint.
Rupert Grint?
Yeah, it's Rupert Grint.
You've been calling him Hugh Grant this entire time.
I've been calling him Rupert Grant. I am so sorry,
Rupert. Rupert Alexander Lloyd Grint.
What a name.
What a name. All right, so our next fact, Rupert Grint has also only seen one of the Harry Potter movies.
I mean, I don't blame him, because if I were in something, I wouldn't want to watch it either.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really find out why he didn't do it. I'm sure it's out there, but he did say that he probably now has to see all. He has a baby daughter now, and he probably has to see all of them now due to the fact that
oh my god,
he has a daughter. Yeah. So now that the fact that she exists, he's like, great. I think I have to go see all the movies now.
Her name's Wednesday. How cute. Oh, she's a little bald baby.
The bald
she literally looks fake. She looks like one of those plastic dolls, like a kid's toy baby doll. Look at that. That looks fake.
What the one? Oh, it looks like the one. It looks like the ones that the parenting classes give you. And you have to take care of the kids.
It doesn't look like a real baby.
Sorry, Wednesday.
I saw so many babies at Magic Kingdom.
It's a magical place.
I know, but it was really like so many of them were like chubby, and I was just like, God, you guys are I just want to eat your legs. So anyway, please come here.
Anyway,
the thing you were saying.
Yeah. Okay. So, so the car that Ron picks up Harry in is a Ford Anglias. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anglias, something like that. Apparently there were 16 of them used for the movie, and 14 were destroyed while creating the Whomping Willow scene.
What'd they do for the Whomping Willow scene that caused them?
They crashed it.
Oh, you mean when it? Oh, okay, that part of it.
Yeah, when they crashed into it, so they destroyed 14.
I thought you just meant when it's in the tree. I was like, how does it? I'm an idiot. Okay.
Do you mean in the Ford Anglia?
Anglia? Yeah, I'm sure that's what it's called.
Isaiah and I today just cannot speak.
Moving on.
Okay. This one's really sad, but okay. During production, Emma Watson frequently brought her pet hamster Millie on set. Unfortunately, Millie passed away after shooting began from a heart attack. The set department created a specially made hamster coffin, complete with a velvet lining and Millie engraved on top in a silver plaque.
How cute and sweet!
It's very sweet.
She said, "I don't think a hamster has ever had a better send off."
I
don't think so either.
That's adorable.
That is adorable.
Now, Eddie Redmayne auditioned for the role of Tom Riddle. Ironically, he would have later become Newt Scamander for Fantastic Beasts. If anybody doesn't know that, so Rupert actually enjoyed the slime spitting scenes because they covered them in different flavors like chocolate, peppermint, and orange.
Okay.
Yeah, so when he was spitting out the slimes, like the slimes, he was actually doing that, and they covered him in I guess different types of flavors. So he was like, okay, so he was okay with it.
He's like, can we go for another take? I just am not feeling that one. They're like, we've done 10 already. He's like, just one more.
I really like the peppermint. How do you pronounce this girl's name? Sharish? Sharish?
Cersei?
Cersei Ronan auditioned for Luna Lovegood.
That seems fitting.
This would be the second franchise that we've done that she's auditioned for and didn't get a role. Because she did it for Star Wars, and then she didn't get that either. But she obviously grew into her own mold because she
obviously made it somewhere.
Yeah, she's an amazing.
Yeah.
So Rupert Grint drew an unflattering picture of Alan Rickman and didn't realize that he was behind him as he drew it. It was very unflattering. It was very it was a very big caricature. So Alan asked him to sign it, and then he kept it, and he said he was very fond of it, and he had it until his death.
Aw,
that's so adorable.
Is there a place to find this drawing anywhere?
I wasn't able to find it. I'm sure if someone does some Googling, they can find it, but I was not able to.
Damn.
So this one's a good one. All right. So when asked who Emma would turn into if she had the polyjuice potion in real life, she said Jennifer Aniston, so she could see if Brad Pitt was actually that good looking close up. This girl's like 12 years old when she's saying this.
This is great. She had her priorities set straight from day one.
Rupert said he would turn into a cartoon character because I don't think he understood the assignment, which is the most Ron Weasley response I've probably ever seen. And then Radcliffe said he would turn into Spider-Man so he could do all of this cool stuff and also get to kiss Kristen Dunst.
Oh my god.
Priorities.
They're all so much like their characters.
Man.
I mean, they grew up into them, so I mean, yeah.
They are. This was the truest casting they could do. Now when Draco said when they drank the polyjuice and and Harry and Ron are talking to Draco as the other two characters. Drake I forgot his name. What's his name? What's the guy who plays Draco?
Fuck.
The guy who plays Draco Malfoy is I knew his name the other day because it popped up on TV.
Tom Felton. All right, yeah. So Tom Felton, he's played by a woman in a musical. Interesting. Okay. So Tom Felton forgot. So when he was so when Harry and Ron were as the characters when they were drinking the polyjuice and they became the other two characters. Tom Felton forgot his line when Harry was still wearing his glasses, and when he responded reading, Tom Felton forgot his line, and instead of saying what he was supposed to say, he improvised the line of "I didn't know you could read."
I do remember hearing about that one, and I thought that was really funny.
It's a very Draco response.
It is.
I didn't know you could read.
Richard Harris thought Fox was a real bird wearing a phoenix costume when he first saw it but it was actually an animatronic.
That was an animatronic?
Yeah, it's an animatronic. I thought it was real too. So
I thought it was a large eagle or something. But
nope, it's animatronic. They did such a good job that Richard Harris thought it was real.
Yeah, good job, guys.
That is my last fact. Other than the fact that we also have to mention that but no, Richard Harris did die, and so Dumbledore was replaced after this movie. However, Richard Harris did not want to have the movie. He didn't want his role recasted. However, since he did die before they could start filming the third movie, they had to do it. There was no way around it. So they had to replace him with the new Dumbledore, which was what's his name? What's the name actor?
Michael Gambon.
Michael Gambon, yes. Had to be replaced by Michael Gambon. Which I don't know about you guys. I kind of like Michael Gambon as Dumbledore than Richard Harris. Though I know Lou, you've read the book, so I know you would have a better opinion of which one is the better adaptation of him. My personal, because I've never read the books, I'm just basing off the movies. I do think that they are two very different Dumbledores, and my preference is to Michael Gambon because I felt like he's more of like the super wizard who is very wise but also knows how to kick ass. Where Richard Harris is kind of like that grandfather guy, which I would never see him doing any of the stuff that Michael Gambon ended up doing in the later movies. So
See, I agree. But I think the reason why I like Michael Gambon's Dumbledore more is because one, obviously we see him in more films, but that's not really our choice. But he brings this like almost smartass kind of character trait to Dumbledore, and like not even smartass, but just like makes funny little remarks, and you're just like, but the way he just delivers them, it's like, oh wait, that was funny what he just said. And you're like, and it gives you like a little chuckle. And you're like, oh, I liked that. That was good. But it doesn't take away from like the scene either. He does it very well.
yeah.
I think you meant to say adaptation rather
What did
than
I say?
adaptation. You said adaptation.
Adaptation. Is that like
Yes.
a data thing?
No, it is not.
One has
That is
more
definitely
words.
not.
One has more letters.
More words, yes. More words.
More words.
It's more. None of us can speak today, apparently.
Yeah. All right, guys. Don't get on us about that one. We
It's been a
obviously
long
none of
week.
us. Obviously, none of us know English.
Please roast them,
No.
guys. Please roast us in the comments.
God dang it!
Listen, I was homeschooled. I have an excuse.
I was also homeschooled, so I guess I can use that.
Oh, it all makes sense now.
Oh, that makes sense why you can't speak English. Got it.
Oh my god!
You know what? Didn't me and Beth both want to be English majors?
Is that like a?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I was gonna say something about how I was learning another language at the same time. So my English, I got held back a year because of my English.
We cannot speak French.
I can.
She can.
Give me
a
some
small
French.
amount, but she cannot. She can.
I can say see you later.
Let's hear it.
And see you tomorrow and see you soon. All different words.
Okay.
All different.
Okay, let's see it.
See you soon is à bientôt. That is see you soon.
À bientôt.
See you tomorrow is à demain. And then see you later is le tout à l'heure with a ch at the end. Get that noise.
Wow.
Yeah. Le tout à l'heure.
Look at that French Canadian.
Coming out.
All right. Anyway,
those are your facts. Congrats, congrats on us becoming a language teaching podcast. So
your next word is bonjour.
So
repeat after me.
I may have. We're gonna jump back to what I actually meant to say before we got sidetracked with this.
Yes.
I have friends who may disagree with this, being that they were also, Potter. Like we all read the books together.
Potheads.
Some of my best friends. Some of my best friends actually are huge Potter fans and read the books and saw the movies with me and so on and so forth. One of my ex-girlfriends actually, I will probably refer back to this again in the later film, but she said when she saw the very last two films, I guess, from the minute the opening credits rolled to the minute the movie ended, she was literally just sobbing. But that's another story for another time. Anyway. Going back, I think Richard Harris actually does fit very well for the Dumbledore that's described in the first book, because his personality isn't fully fleshed out. He still seems very mysterious and not like he seems nice to Harry, but he's not very welcoming at first.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of see him start to branch out a little more in Chamber of Secrets, and then I feel like Michael Gambon actually kind of started to fit how the books, because you start to see more of his personality and more of his not reckless, well, yeah, I would say that it's almost a recklessness that Dumbledore develops throughout the rest of the
it's like childish behavior almost in a very old man.
Not even just that, it's more like he starts to realize like I don't have a lot of time left, and so I gotta figure some shit out and also make sure Harry's like prepared. Because I think I don't remember if this is actually mentioned in the books or the story at all, but I think Dumbledore kind of like knew what was coming for a while, but obviously had to do what he had to do for the time being. But yeah, I actually think Michael Gambon was a very good Dumbledore, and he fits the personality very well for the rest of from like book 3 and on.
That's a good I guess take or point that I didn't really think about.
And that concludes our segment of Dumbledore versus Dumbledore.
Oh God.
No, it was just something Isaiah said earlier. He's like, he mentioned that since I read the books, whether or not I could realize this was accurate.
Yeah.
But I feel like Richard Harris, aside from not having the chance to actually like do his version of Dumbledore, I feel like Gambon actually really did fit the personality well. I guess it also kind of developed with his repeated, portrayal of the character, but it matched well.
Well, I suppose it's time to move on to our franchise then, huh? Our actual film.
Yeah.
Chamber of Commerce.
Chamber of Commerce, just as boring.
So, who wants to go first?
I really want to hear why Isaiah's why Isaiah hates this movie so much.
I have a lot to say, so maybe someone else should go first.
Okay.
Lewis.
This is Chamber of Secrets sticks out in my brain the same way that Phantom Menace does when I first saw it.
Oh, that's not good.
And I don't know why it's Chamber of Secrets that does that and not Sorcerer's Stone.
Sorry, go ahead. I have something to add to that comment that you just made.
Okay.
I think the reason why it's for Harry Potter, it's episode 2 and not episode 1 that, is bad, is because episode 1 was like, okay, so think about it this way. Star Wars, technically, The Phantom Menace is not actually episode 1. If you think about like how it actually came out timeline wise, episode 4 is technically episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
So when episode 4 came out, there was a huge bustle for or a huge wave of like, oh my God, this is a crazy new world. I love it. I love this. I love that. So with Harry Potter, we actually got the first episode, which was The Sorcerer's Stone. And everyone's like, oh my God, I love this movie because now I get to see, all my favorite characters come to life, blah, blah, blah. Then you get Chamber of Secrets where it's like, okay, now we can start to actually expand on the story. And that's where I think people started to notice, like, it was almost like that curtain rose and they were like, oh, now I see the flaws and I don't like this one as much, That's my theory.
Sure. That's your theory. Okay. I wasn't going so much for like disliking the movie. It was actually because I actually liked Chamber of Secrets, but not
just not as much, or
I mean, it wasn't what it was lower on my tier of like the best. If I had to rate the films on a tier, like we're probably going to do at the end of this season, I would put it lower on the rankings, but I wouldn't say it was the worst one.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that later, actually. But in either case, like I mean more like so like how I described to you guys, like with Phantom Menace, like I had this very distinct memory of like my dad taking me there and like it's all this emotion and shit behind it. And then Chamber of Secrets kind of has the same effect on me. I remember it being 2002 because that's when it came out. How old was I? That's 20 years ago. I was 7.
Holy shit, that was 20 years ago. That's wild.
That was 20 years ago. I was 7.
I was 2.
Bethany was still wearing diapers.
I still am.
Isaiah, oh boy.
I was.
You were 4, right?
I was 4.
Look at me.
Bethany's still wearing diapers. Okay, good to know.
Isaiah's learning.
Okay, enough childhood. in my childhood franchise.
I'm trying to piece this together real quick because I'm trying to think about some of the things that I would like dislike or issues I had with the film. I mean, I don't know. I didn't think Chamber of Secrets was really that bad.
Well, let me change it. No, I'm just kidding.
I think overall I would give it maybe a 3 out of 5.
What was your rating of the last one?
I don't remember, actually. It may have been it may have been. I think we all rated it 3.5. No, I think Beth, we said 3.5 and then Beth changed hers to a 4.
I think so.
I had a 4.
Yeah, Beth went from 3 to 3.5 to 4.
There we go.
That's what it was.
And then me and Isaiah, I think we both said either 3.5 or 4.
I said 4.
I think I said 3.5 and then changed it to a 4. But yeah, I'll give Chamber of Secrets a 3. And let's see. I don't know. Nothing sticks out in my brain right now as like things that were done poorly, in my opinion. But I'm also not remembering the film in its entirety off the top of my head because it is late at night. Yeah, that's my take so far.
If you can't tell by our lack of being able to speak.
No, that's just because you're homeschooled.
Damn.
See, I'm allowed to make the joke.
Roasted and toasted.
Yeah.
That's my job.
Okay, Isaiah, what do you...
No, I need your opinion first because I'm about to just try everything you guys got to say.
Well, I don't really like it either.
Well, what are your reasons? What are your reasons for not liking it?
It's not that well, here, let me think. It's very hard for me to do. I think it has its ups and downs, I would say. I feel like the ending is kind of where it flopped for me. And like with like the whole basilisk sequence. Basilisk.
It's basilisk. I'm just fucking.
We're just gonna call it basil. Okay, how about that?
No,
it's basil.
Mr. Lizard Man.
Mr. Lizard Wizard in the house.
The Lizard Wizard.
The Lizard Wizard in the house.
The Lizard Wizard. Versus the Wizard. He I don't know what it was about that part of it that just really like, I was just like, okay, like I just didn't feel anything for this film that I did for the other films. It had good parts, like the whole bumping willow scene in the beginning, and then like when Harry Potter's at like the Weasleys, and you have that whole little sequence, or even like the sequence with duel between Paw and Draco. But then it also has its downs, like I said, with the fucking lizard wizard. And then, Lockhart's in this one, which I fucking can't stand that man for the life of me. One of my least favorite characters of the entire series, which I know is intentional, but goddamn, it's bad. Oh, but Dobby's also in this one. So there's a lot. It's a very love-hate kind of feeling. I'm like 60-40 on it. So I would give it a 3. That one gets a 3.
A 3.
A 3.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not changing it this time. It's an actual 3.
Okay.
All right. Here comes Isaiah's.
Locked in scent.
Here comes Isaiah's change my mind.
I'm going to read you what I wrote immediately after I finished watching this movie. Okay. I had to apparently on my letterbox. I usually just do like, if it's not, I usually do like the meme things, like meme reviews. Well, I'll make like a joke or something. This one, I actually genuinely had to write something out because I was so pissed. So I said about 40 minutes of this, because the movie's 2 hours and 40 minutes, right? It did not need to be that long. 40 minutes could have been cut and it would have been fine.
I will give you that.
A big thing is when like everybody hates Harry and he's getting like in trouble. This all started with the racist Salazar Slytherin, all right? The guy just wants to kill a bunch of non-pure blood freaking wizards. And everybody just kind of says, oh, Harry's that guy, with no evidence whatsoever. Despite the fact like
Mudblood.
Mudblood. That's what he called.
He didn't like the Muggles either. Yeah. He probably would be with what's his face from Fantastic Beasts, Grindelwald.
Johnny Depp.
No, Matt Nicholson now.
I know, sadly.
Anyway, now I understand this is a children's movie, but like Sorcerer's Stone was also a kid's movie, and it did it so well. It kept the nice tone. It had arcs. It had a good story. Like everything was nice and neat, and it made sense despite the fact it was a kid's movie. This is also a kid's movie.
I think Chamber of Secrets is PG-13.
What else would it be?
No, because Sorcerer's Stone was PG.
Oh, yeah, PG-13 because there's blood in it.
I guess it's just if they're both kids movies, right? So I don't find that to be an excuse of like, oh well, it's a kids movie. Like, yeah, but Sorcerer's Stone is also a kids movie, and it's just as good. I mean, it's good. It's a good movie. So I don't see how that could be a defense for this movie being like so wonky with its tone and storytelling. And then also they made Ron a whiny bitch the whole time. that's what I wrote.
Honestly, what's the actually? I'll save that for the movie that it actually happens. But there's another movie where Ron really pisses me off as a character. But
so like you had a whole arc of how Ron went from being the whiny like I'm not brave person to finishing that chess match and being like that super brave character, and then they completely just downgraded him back to being the whiny like I'm scared of everything, don't hurt me kind of person. I'm like, you just ruined the entire arc from the first movie. What's the point? What was the whole point of that? You didn't learn anything. So like it was such a whiplash thing to his character, because I was like, wow, that's kind of sucks, because like he had a whole thing going and now there's no momentum in that anymore because they just brought it back to square one because they needed a plot to say so, because they needed something to move forward. So that kind of pissed me off. So I was like, what the hell? Also, they just kind of forgot Hermione existed for like half the movie. You have 2 hours and 40 minutes and like I think maybe 90 minutes of the movie just forgot Hermione was there.
Yeah, I wish there was more Hermione.
I think that's also a theme in the book.
Yeah, I do know. I think like in the next movie, it was like kind of like, oh, this adventures with Ron, and the next movie is like this adventures with Hermione. I can get that, but the way they did it was kind of like, it wasn't like, oh, she was off doing her own things. They were like, they completely just didn't remember her, and then they're like, oh right, forgot. Let's just put that she's somewhere else. Like it was such an afterthought, and you could feel it. Now, my main thing, Moaning Myrtle. She lives in the bathroom where the Chamber of Secrets entrance is. She lives in the damn pipes that the snake was crawling through. You're telling me she lives in that room and did not see, first off, Ginny opened the Chamber of Secrets. Second off, the snake running around going back to the Chamber of Secrets because that's his entrance to it. Like, you're telling me she never saw anything? She lives in the damn room. Also, Dumbledore, despite the fact him being like the wisest and most powerful wizard, hires freaking Lockhart, knowing that even the kids know that he's an idiot and doesn't know anything he's talking about. That you're telling me the wisest wizard of all time doesn't know that he's an idiot and doesn't know what he's talking about and hires him anyway? This movie just has a lot of holes and a lot of things that make it fall apart under like the tiniest bit of like looking at it for more than like 5 seconds. And I don't like that. Also, it was too long. Like there was no need for it to be that long. And that's why I don't like this movie. And I gave it a 2 out of 5.
And that's why we drink. Okay, so we have a 2 out of 5. Lewis,
And two
you had a
threes.
3.5, or you had a 3?
I had a 3. We have 2 3s and 1 2.
2
So
3.
this is a
1 2 2 3s. Wow.
Numbers.
That's yeah.
So
that's
this is a 2.5 average.
Look at you. My brain has officially turned off. It's 11:20 p.m., which sounds very early probably for most people, but past my bedtime. Anything else you guys want to add before I wrap it up?
We
No.
usually have things you can change about this movie. I
I think you got them all. So
think it needs a complete rewrite. That's my thing is.
that's what Lewis. You said that about which episode of Star Wars? I can't remember. You said a complete rewrite.
Was it Last Jedi or Rise of Skywalker?
It might have been 8 or 9. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was probably 8 or 9. I don't remember either.
I don't know what I would change. I don't think. I mean, I would have to read the book to be able to really compare and then be like, oh, I would change, or I would add this and change this so that it's more like the book. So Lewis has a better understanding of that part than I do because I only read the first one.
It's been a long time, so I mean, I can't really say right now.
Back in his day.
It's been almost
Sicily,
20 years
Italy.
since I read the. No, I'm serious. It's been almost 20 years since I read the book.
When I was a
That's
wee boy
crazy.
in Sicily, Italy.
Wee lad.
But I read the books growing up as the movies came out, right? So, I read Chamber of Secrets probably when I was 7 or 8, around the time the movie came out. Prisoner of Azkaban in the next year or so. The ones I distinctly remember, like more clearly, was like Goblet of Fire and Order of Phoenix, and then obviously like the later ones. Goblet of Fire. I actually remember my. God damn it!
He does it so
My
well.
mother. My mom had to literally put my food in my face because I wouldn't put down Goblet of Fire. And she like she brought it on like a little tray and everything to my room, and she like put it right there on the desk in front of me. And I was like, oh shit, that's what you've been saying.
That's commitment.
Thank you for listening to us rant about the last movie here. We things happen.
Mainly Isaiah's rant, but
Yeah, thank you for listening.
Anyway,
It's always an Isaiah. It's always an Isaiah event. He is. He's a little ball of anger.
Yeah, when movies aren't good and they try to
Bad
make it seem like
takes.
When movies aren't good. Yes. What are you doing? I have a blister on my finger. What the fuck did I do?
we're losing her, guys.
Oh.
Send it. We're losing her.
Okay, sorry. I have a blister on my hand. When did that happen? Okay, thank you for
Signing
listening,
off.
everyone. Yeah, follow us on our social medias. Email us at silverscreensips@gmail.com with any movie suggestions for our listeners episode, or any questions. Yes, or any questions. We post every Monday, so we will see you guys in the next episode where we will talk about my favorite one, The Prisoner of Azkaban. I'm excited. Have a good night. I'm gonna pop this blister.
Excelsior.